Hello, and welcome to another update video on the SUI chart. I'm here on the 1 hour time frame for SUI, and so far this chart has pretty much done what it needed to do for us. It has formed that 5-wave move up from the August low, right? That 5-wave move up is an indication that the trend is up and that the price at least has plans to go higher. That 5th wave also completed where it needed to. You might remember here this target range that we talked about. Quick educational moment. A target for a 5th wave is you take the Fibonacci extension tool, measure from the low of the wave from the low of the wave 1 to the top of the 3rd wave. Then we go to the low of the 4th wave. And what we're looking for is the 61.8 Fib level, the 50%. These are common. There are other ones that are relevant, but in this case, normally what we want is to get sort of around the 61.8 extension. That was reached, yeah, because that's just a very, very common Fibonacci extension relationship. Higher is, of course, possible. Shouldn't go above the 78.6, and I think it didn't do that. So, yeah, it didn't do that. So that was at 421. Basically, it topped where it needed to give us 5 waves. This is validated by Fibonacci guidelines and Elliott wave guidelines. And so the idea was, ideally, we get a pullback now. And the depth of the pullback tells us whether it's the blue count or the yellow count. Blue count is even more directly bullish. Here we have an A wave, 3-wave pattern in the A wave. Remember that A waves can be 3-wave patterns and 5-wave patterns, both possible. We don't know before. It's just the market has to decide, right? And so as long as we're holding, though, above the $3.44 level, the overall trend is up. But if it's a 3-wave move up, then this was the B wave pullback and then a 1-2 setup, and we should see a direct move up. But honestly, I don't see at the moment the impulsive reaction that I would want to see in a 3rd wave. And so the yellow scenario remains preferred for now. In this yellow scenario, we could simply be working on the B wave bounce now, right? So remember, 5 waves up, trend up, but nothing is moving up in a straight line. After 5 waves, what does Elliott wave teach us? Yep, a 3-wave pullback. A wave down, B wave up, and then the C wave down, and 5 waves would ideally follow. And in that scenario, then, the price should reach the lower support area again, or this support area again, but possibly not until we've had a healthy B wave bounce. So already yesterday or late yesterday, I think I added the resistance zone to the chart. It's between $3.90 and $4.12, and so it would require a decisive break above this zone to confirm further that actually we are breaking out to the upside. So at the moment, then, we're tracking here this as a bit of a range, okay? Could be working on wave B of B. That's typically quite messy. And you see, yeah, that this is what we're tracking. Wave B of B. It could even be that it could be that we start wave B of B of B. So yeah, not worth wasting too many brain cells on that, but it means that be ready for some choppy price action, maybe even over the weekend. But a decisive break above $4.12 could indicate we are already on our way higher. Remember, that is actually what we expect. We want the price to go up, but this would be our signal that the market wants to do that rather sooner than later, actually, right? So breaking above resistance, that's why we have these parameters actually on the chart. So, and the question is, okay, if we break higher, where could the journey go? Well, $4.78 would be the first ideal target above. For this C wave to the upside. Again, quick reminder, we talk here about the 61.8 Fib extension. So yeah, I think we're caught in range at the moment, waiting to see if today's price action can help us break out of this range. The upside targets and resistances should be clear, support as well. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to follow us on X for additional updates. You can find some news here. You can find some updates, chart updates, video updates, charts that we don't necessarily cover on YouTube. So feel free to follow us here, not to miss anything. Also in between videos, sometimes it can take time to create a video. Well, it does take time. So Here on X, sometimes things can be communicated faster. If you want to take it even further, obviously consider to join our Gold membership. There are even more updates, live charts, and much more. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.